In the year 30 AD, something extraordinary happens in Galilee. This is the time when Jesus begins his ministry. Galilee is significant to Jesus' early ministry. It is in Galilee where Jesus calls his disciples. And it is here, in this region, where Jesus performs miracles. One of these miracles involves a man who was born blind. This event is so profound that it is described in the New Testament. The miracle of Jesus healing this man is more than just a physical transformation. It is an act that changes the life of the man and those around him. The story of Jesus healing a man born blind is about more than just physical sight. It is about the revelation of faith and spiritual transformation. As Jesus begins his journey in Jerusalem, we will explore this extraordinary event. This is where Jesus' powers will be revealed in a profound way. Join us as we delve into this miraculous story. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe. It's free. It helps this channel more than you'd think, and you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Have a look in the description below. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. One of the 7 miracles recorded in the Gospel of John is a profound event that took place around 30 AD during Jesus' ministry. This miracle is particularly notable because it occurred on the Sabbath. Jesus, using his divine power, performed this act of grace and healing on one of humanity's most sacred days. The process began when Jesus made mud with his saliva and anointed the eyes of a man born blind. This unique method of healing was not merely symbolic, but carried profound spiritual significance. The man was then instructed to wash in the pool of Siloam, a place known for its healing properties. Upon washing, his vision was restored, marking a pivotal moment in the narrative of faith and revelation. The Pharisees, who held significant religious authority at the time, questioned the healed man about how he received his sight. In this encounter, Jesus declares himself to be the light of the world, John 9:5. This profound statement sparks a division among the Pharisees. Some among them argue that Jesus cannot be a sinner if God is with him. Their belief in the divine presence within Jesus' miraculous works creates a rift in their understanding of sin and righteousness. Jesus uses this opportunity to teach about spiritual blindness and judgment, John 9:1000 and 39:41. He emphasizes that true sight is not merely physical, but a profound inner awareness of divine truth. This revelation underscores the deep spiritual meaning behind Jesus' miracle, leading into an examination of its personal impact. The man born blind came from Bethlehem, a small town in Judea nestled between Jerusalem and the Dead Sea. He was likely in his 30s, based on contextual clues and common ages for blindness in ancient times. Blindness in those days could result from various causes, diseases like trachoma or cataracts, injuries, or genetic conditions that ran in families. His daily life was a delicate dance of memory and touch. He knew his town by the texture of its paths and the voices of its people. Yet, he longed for something more. One day, as he sat near the pool of Siloam, a stranger approached. The blind man couldn't see Jesus, but he sensed his presence, a palpable warmth and calm authority. Jesus took mud, mixed it with spittle, and anointed the blind man's eyes. Then he sent him to wash in the pool of Siloam. Upon washing, something extraordinary happened. The once familiar street was now a revelation of shapes and colours, a transformation so profound that it left him speechless. Blindness is not always total darkness. For many, it's a world of shadows and shapes, of light and dark rather than sight and blindness. The man healed by Jesus sees for the first time not just light, but colours, forms and distances that were once mere abstractions. Only about 15% of blindness results in total vision loss. For the majority, it's a complex journey of navigating what they can perceive, shadows, silhouettes, and the play of light and dark. Guide dogs, canes, assistive technology, and memorized routes help many navigate their daily lives. But these tools only go so far. They aid in moving through a world perceived differently. Blindness is defined as completely or severely reduced vision, not the absence of all light. It's a spectrum, just like sight itself. And for those with some remaining vision, every day brings new challenges and discoveries. His journey reflects a broader truth. Blindness is not always physical darkness, but spiritual as well. It can be a lack of insight, a failure to see the light within oneself or in the world around us. The man's story serves as a parable for spiritual revelation, an invitation to look beyond what we perceive and find the light that transforms our understanding of the world. In this profound act of mercy and grace, Jesus reveals that light is not just something we see, but something we become. The man healed sees not only with his eyes, but also with the light that now shines within him. The temple in Jerusalem was the epicenter of Jewish faith, drawing pilgrims from across the region. It was not just a place of worship, but also a symbol of national identity and unity. Under Roman administration, Jerusalem experienced a mix of influences. While Roman governors maintained order, they often struggled to manage the complex religious tensions within the city. The presence of Roman soldiers was a constant reminder of the dual power dynamics at play. They ensured stability, but also brought with them cultural practices that sometimes clashed with local traditions. Amidst this backdrop, societal norms were shaped by a blend of Roman pragmatism and Jewish spirituality. The Sabbath, for example, was honoured but not without occasional friction with the broader societal rhythm. Religious tensions ran deep, with Jewish leaders often viewing Roman rule as an imposition on their religious autonomy. This uneasy balance created a dynamic environment where acts of faith and defiance could hold significant meaning. Against this complex backdrop, Jesus' arrival in Jerusalem was anticipated with both hope and trepidation. His teachings and miracles had already sparked controversy among the religious establishment. In this setting, a profound act of mercy was about to unfold that would not only heal a man born blind, but also shed light on the spiritual conditions surrounding him. In the Jewish understanding of blindness, there is a profound interplay between physical affliction and spiritual revelation. The Hebrew scriptures often associate blindness with a lack of insight or spiritual understanding. This is exemplified in the book of Isaiah, where it says, "Though seeing, they do not see, though hearing, they do not hear nor understand." The man's healing not only restored his physical sight, but also symbolized a spiritual awakening that challenged the prevailing views of the Jewish leaders. For both the man and the community, this act underscored Jesus' message of mercy and divine grace, setting a new narrative for spiritual understanding and revelation. The healing takes place on the Sabbath, a day traditionally reserved for rest and worship. This timing underscores Jesus' mission to reveal God's works. Jesus uses this moment to teach about spiritual blindness and the true light that guides us. He declares, "I am the light of the world." This statement is not just a claim, it is an invitation to see through the lens of faith. The impact of Jesus' healing on the blind man's community was profound and far-reaching. As news of his restored sight spread, it ignited a ripple effect that touched both the religious and social spheres of Jerusalem. Witnesses to the healing were astonished. They had seen the once blind man walking through the streets, his eyes now opened by Jesus' touch. This dramatic change sparked conversations and debates within the community. This division among the Pharisees underscored the deeper spiritual implications of the healing. It forced them to confront the possibility that Jesus' teachings and actions might be divinely inspired. The impact extended beyond the man and the Pharisees. Those who had once dismissed Jesus began to question their own beliefs. leading some to embrace his teachings and others to reject them outright. As more people within the community learned of the healing, the ripple effect of faith grew stronger. Some started to follow Jesus' teachings more closely, while others became more entrenched in their skepticism. Ultimately, this event underscored Jesus' proclamation that he is the light of the world. Through his actions, he invited not only the blind man, but also the entire community to see through the lens of faith. In the ancient world, spittle was considered a potent force, capable of imparting life and blessing. It symbolized the creative power of the deity and was often used in rituals and healing practices. For instance, spittle was used in Jewish traditions for purification and consecration. When Jesus employs this practice, he is not only healing the physical ailment, but also conveying a deeper spiritual message. This symbolic gesture extends beyond the individual healed. It challenges the community's perceptions and invites them to question their own spiritual blindness. Imagine the profound impact on those who witnessed this transformation. A man once shrouded in darkness, now experiencing the brilliance of sight. The use of spittle serves as a poignant reminder that true enlightenment comes not from physical sight, but from spiritual insight. Thus, Jesus' method of healing with spittle deepens our understanding of his mission and the profound spiritual implications it carries. The story of the man born blind is a testament to the transformative power of faith and the divine authority of Jesus, encapsulated in this humble yet potent act. As we reflect on this profound narrative, let us consider the symbolic and practical uses of spittle in Jesus' healing miracles, inviting us to see through the lens of faith. As the story unfolds, we witness a pivotal encounter that reveals deep divisions among religious leaders. The Pharisees, prominent figures in Jewish society, take notice of Jesus' miraculous healing of the man born blind. Intrigued yet skeptical, they summon the formerly blind man to question him about his sudden acquisition of sight. The man, now able to see, expresses his bewilderment at their stance. He states plainly that he was blind, but now sees, a testimony that the Pharisees cannot deny. Yet they remain unconvinced and resort to attacking his character. As the man faces increasing hostility, Jesus enters the narrative once more. He reveals that this miracle is not merely about physical healing, but also spiritual enlightenment, a theme echoed throughout his ministry. The Pharisees' blind adherence to tradition contrasts sharply with the transformative power of faith in Jesus. The man, now fully aware of his spiritual awakening, is excommunicated from the synagogue. This act underscores the profound impact Jesus' teachings and miracles have on both individual lives and broader societal structures. The religious leaders' inability to accept this change signals a deeper resistance to the shifts brought by Jesus' ministry. This story invites us to consider how faith and revelation can reshape our understanding of the world, even in the face of resistance. It is a testament to the transformative power of Jesus' teachings and miracles, a legacy that continues to resonate deeply today. In the lush landscape of ancient Judea, a man named John is born blind. This condition is not uncommon, with about 1 in 70 people experiencing some form of vision loss. As John grows older, he becomes accustomed to life without sight, but there is something within him that yearns for understanding and healing. One day, Jesus passes by John's town. The air is filled with whispers of his miraculous healings and teachings. Jesus' disciples, curious about the cause of John's blindness, ask him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" With this divine touch, John's world begins to transform. He is anointed with mud made from Jesus' saliva and then guided to wash in the pool of Siloam. The people around him are amazed at the miracle. They ask John how he regained his sight and who performed this healing. As his faith grows stronger, John begins to witness to others about the divine power that changed his life forever. In the bustling city of Jerusalem, Jesus encounters a man born blind. This encounter is not merely about physical sight, but serves as a profound metaphor for spiritual perception. In Matthew 15:14, Jesus uses the metaphor of blind guides to convey the spiritual danger of leading others astray without true insight. Isaiah 42:7 prophetically refers to Jesus as one who will open the eyes of the blind. Upon washing, the man's sight is restored, revealing not just physical light, but a deeper spiritual illumination. The miracle of healing the blind connects to broader theological concepts, emphasizing that true vision is a gift from God. In a soft settle, we understand that Jesus' act of healing is not just about physical restoration, but an invitation to deeper spiritual revelation. The blind man's world has been transformed not just in physical sight, but in spiritual insight as well. He can see the divine work of Jesus with a clarity that was previously hidden to him. His newfound perception of Jesus is profound, unlike anything he has experienced before. It's as if a veil has been lifted from his eyes, allowing him to perceive the deeper truths that were once obscure. His interactions become infused with a new sense of compassion and understanding. He sees beyond the surface to the inner workings of the soul, creating deeper connections and healing rifts that were once thought irreparable. His role in his community also transforms. He becomes a spiritual leader, guiding others to the light of Jesus' teachings and miracles. His story serves as a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of faith. In the soft glow of evening, we witness the deepening impact of Jesus' miracle on this man and those around him. It is a profound change that reaches beyond the physical realm into the very essence of their being. Some argue that Jesus, by performing this act on the Sabbath, has defied the sacred commandment to rest and honor God's creation. Others contend that such a miraculous deed could only be divinely sanctioned, challenging the very laws they uphold. The man born blind finds himself at the center of this storm. His testimony of newfound sight cannot be dismissed as mere folly, yet it disrupts the carefully maintained order of their religious beliefs. Meanwhile, the Pharisees struggle to reconcile this miracle with their own interpretations of Jewish law and tradition. They seek answers, but find only more questions, deepening the divide between belief and doctrine. Across different religious traditions, this event has been interpreted through varying lenses of faith and divine intervention. Some view it as a sign of God's mercy and grace, others as a testament to the power of belief itself. For the man healed, his journey becomes a symbol of transformation and redemption. His story challenges not only the physical limitations, but also the spiritual boundaries that once confined him. In the quiet of the evening, as the sun dips below the horizon, a nuanced understanding begins to emerge. The miracle of Jesus' healing is not merely a physical act, but a spiritual awakening that transcends the boundaries of doctrine and tradition. Jesus' healing of a man born blind sparked a ripple effect through the Jewish community, each interaction deepening the spiritual impact. The Pharisees' inquiry underscored their belief that blindness was a punishment for sin. This verification process highlighted the community's skepticism and the significance of Jesus' miracle. The man himself was brought before the Pharisees again, his faith deepening as he faced their skepticism. Common people who witnessed the miracle grappled with its implications, some believing while others remained uncertain. Sadducees, who held differing views on the afterlife, found the man's story compelling and challenging. The healing resonated beyond the Jewish community, influencing beliefs about faith and divine intervention. The profound impact of Jesus' healing echoed through generations, shaping beliefs and challenging doctrines. The healing of the paralytic in Matthew 9-7 offers a striking parallel. Just as the man born blind experienced physical restoration, so too did the paralytic. Jesus' declaration, "Get up and walk," echoes his statement to the blind man, "Go, wash in the pool of Siloam." Both miracles highlight Jesus' power to transform bodies and lives. Across these accounts, a unifying theme emerges: faith as the catalyst for healing. Whether it was the paralytic's friends who believed on his behalf, the woman with the hemorrhage who touched Jesus' cloak, or Bartimaeus calling out to Jesus, their belief opened the door to miraculous transformation. The healing of the man born blind offers a unique perspective on this theme. His transformation was not just physical, but also spiritual, as Jesus' actions challenged religious authorities and opened spiritual eyes to the divine truth. His parents, having witnessed his condition since infancy, initially reacted with a mix of surprise and disbelief when they saw him regain his sight after Jesus' healing touch. As the man recounted his encounter with Jesus to his family, they listened intently, their hearts filled with both wonder and apprehension. Together, they navigated the complex emotions and newfound spiritual awareness that came with his miraculous healing. The family's faith was put to the test as they faced questions from religious authorities who struggled to accept such a profound transformation without tangible proof. Through it all, their love and support for one another deepened, creating a bond that transcended the physical world. In the end, this extraordinary event not only restored the man's sight, but also illuminated the power of faith to transform and unite families in ways they never imagined. Despite this inner turmoil, the man received strong support from his community, who witnessed his journey with admiration and encouragement. This realization brought a profound sense of peace and purpose, highlighting the inner transformation that complemented his physical healing. Upon following these steps, the man experiences a miraculous restoration of his sight. However, Jesus' teachings do not stop at this healing. They extend to advise those seeking similar transformations. Jesus' advice centers on perseverance, emphasizing that faith is not just a fleeting moment, but a sustained journey. He teaches that true healing and spiritual growth come from persistent belief and action. Within the community, stories of Jesus' encouragement spread, inspiring others to seek their own revelations. His teachings on perseverance resonate deeply, offering hope in times of struggle and doubt. Through his actions and teachings, Jesus demonstrates that personal revelations can become a beacon of hope for others. His journey of faith and perseverance offers a profound example of how individual transformation can have a ripple effect on the wider community. The transformative power of Jesus' healing of the man born blind extended far beyond the individual. In Jerusalem, a city pulsating with diverse beliefs and societal tensions, this act sparked a profound shift in perception and spirituality. This singular event challenged deeply ingrained beliefs about disability and divine intervention. The community's curiosity was piqued not only by the miracle itself, but also by Jesus' teachings on spiritual blindness and judgment. This prompted deeper questions about faith and perception. Those who encountered the healed man spread his story throughout Jerusalem. Word of mouth proved to be a potent medium for transmitting this narrative. Jesus' example inspired others to look beyond physical limitations and consider the spiritual realm more deeply. This act also ignited a broader conversation about the role of faith in healing and transformation, extending beyond Jerusalem's walls. The ripple effect was palpable. More individuals began to seek out Jesus for not just physical healing, but also spiritual guidance and enlightenment. The community witnessed a surge in acts of faith and charity, as people started to see each other not just with physical eyes, but with spiritual insight. This heightened spiritual awareness did not wane over time, it endured and even grew stronger with each retelling of the healed man's story. As Jesus taught, this kind of spiritual transformation is a beacon that guides others towards their own enlightenment. It illustrated how individual acts of faith can have a far-reaching impact on an entire community's spiritual journey. In the end, it wasn't just about one man regaining his sight. It was about a community finding their spiritual vision. With new sight came a new perspective, but it wasn't just about seeing light and shapes. It was about experiencing the world in a whole new way. John began to understand the parables Jesus spoke with deeper clarity. As John delved deeper into Jesus' teachings, he discovered a profound truth. True vision isn't about the eyes, but about the heart and mind. This spiritual awakening transformed his life. The encounter with Jesus led to an internal transformation, where John's faith grew stronger day by day. He began to see the world not just as it appeared, but also through the lens of divine grace. This newfound sight wasn't merely about physical perception, it was about perceiving the spiritual realm that had been hidden from him for so long. Beyond restoring physical sight, Jesus' use of mud and spittle carries profound symbolism. This isn't the first instance in Scripture where such elements are used to heal. In Mark 7:32-35, we see a similar act performed by Jesus on a deaf man with a speech impediment. In this instance, Jesus takes the man aside, puts his fingers into the man's ears, and then spits and touches the man's tongue. Immediately, the man's ears are opened and his speech impediment is removed. The use of mud and spittle in these healings echoes God's creative power depicted in Genesis. Just as God breathed life into Adam, so too does Jesus' spittle bring spiritual renewal to the blind man. This act of healing with mud and spittle is a poignant reminder of God's creative and restorative power. Jesus' actions aren't merely about physical healing, they signify a deeper spiritual transformation. The man born blind not only gains physical sight, but also sees the world with new spiritual insight. His encounter with Jesus unveils a realm of faith and divine presence that had been obscured from him. This profound transformation illustrates the depth of Jesus' ministry, one that not only cures ailments, but also enlightens souls. As he opens his eyes to the world anew, so too does he open his heart and mind to a deeper understanding of God's love. In Jewish tradition, blindness was often seen as a punishment for sin. Jesus' action and words offered a new perspective. It could be an opportunity for God's works to be displayed. In the early centuries of Christianity, Jesus' healing miracles sparked intense debates among theologians. These miracles challenged traditional views and demanded new interpretations. The question at hand, how could a man born blind regain his sight through faith? Origen, an early Christian theologian, grappled with this very issue in his writings. He saw Jesus' miracles as more than just physical healings. They were signs of spiritual renewal and divine intervention. Augustine, another influential figure, argued that these miracles served a dual purpose: to demonstrate Jesus' divinity and to invite faith from those who witnessed them. For Augustine, the healing of the blind man was a testament to God's grace and power. Theologians like Origen and Augustine debated whether Jesus' miracles were purely symbolic or literal occurrences. Some believed they represented deeper spiritual truths, while others saw them as real, physical healings. This theological debate shaped early Christian doctrine by emphasizing the importance of faith and divine intervention in daily life. Jesus' miracles became not just isolated events, but profound expressions of God's will and care for humanity. As Christianity spread, the story of the blind man regaining his sight carried a powerful message. It highlighted the transformative power of faith and the possibility of spiritual renewal even in the face of adversity. The enduring impact of Jesus' miracles is evident in Christian thought and practice today. They remind believers that no challenge is insurmountable with faith, and that God's grace can bring light even to the darkest situations. In essence, the healing of the blind man serves as a timeless parable. It underscores that true sight comes not just from physical vision, but from spiritual insight and faith in God's power to transform lives. So, as we contemplate the profound healing miracles of Jesus, we are reminded that faith and divine intervention remain potent forces in our own lives, capable of bringing light where once there was only darkness. In first century Israel, blindness was often seen as a divine punishment, reflecting the societal belief that personal misfortune mirrored one's spiritual standing. The blind were frequently marginalized and perceived as outcasts, their condition a visible sign of God's disfavor. This cultural context is vividly illustrated in the Gospel of John when Jesus encounters a man born blind near the pool of Siloam. After being healed, the man's life takes a transformative turn socially and spiritually. The healing event showcases Jesus' ability to challenge and transform the deeply held beliefs about blindness within first century Israel. For the healed man, the miracle is more than a restoration of sight. It is an opening to a new world of spiritual and social possibilities. His journey from marginalized outcast to a living testament of divine grace provides deeper insight into the profound impact of Jesus' miracles. Faith, in biblical times, was not merely a personal belief, but an interconnected web that tied individuals to their communities and their understanding of the divine. In ancient Jewish culture, blindness was often seen as a sign of divine judgment or punishment for sin. Jesus uses this opportunity not only to heal the man physically, but also to teach about spiritual blindness and judgment. In John 9:39-41, Jesus declares that those who reject his teachings are spiritually blind, highlighting the deeper significance of the miracle beyond physical sight. As the man born blind navigates Jerusalem, he finds himself in an unexpected encounter with religious authorities. The Pharisees, prominent leaders within the synagogue, interrogate him about how his sight was restored. "How were your eyes opened?" they ask, probing for an explanation that fits within their religious framework. The man recounts his experience with clarity and confidence, describing how Jesus applied mud to his eyes and instructed him to wash in the pool of Siloam. His testimony reveals a profound transformation that goes beyond mere physical sight. It unveils a spiritual insight into the divine nature of Jesus. The Pharisees, divided in their response, struggle to reconcile this miraculous act with their understanding of Scripture and Jewish law. Others, however, remain skeptical and dismissive, unable to accept that a man born blind could now see. The encounter leaves the man with a deepened sense of his newfound spiritual vision and a growing awareness of the resistance that still lingers within religious institutions. As he walks away from the synagogue, he carries with him not just the gift of physical sight, but also a deeper understanding of the spiritual blindness that pervades the religious leaders he once revered. The event underscored Jesus' divine authority and power, demonstrating his ability to perform miracles that no other could replicate. This revelation solidified the disciples' belief in him as the Christ. Moreover, it challenged the prevailing religious norms and traditions, highlighting the spiritual blindness of those who rejected Jesus. This shift in perspective reshaped early Christian thought. As Christianity spread, this miracle became a central theme in sermons and writings. It served as a testament to the transformative power of faith and the possibility of spiritual enlightenment. Throughout history, countless believers have found solace and inspiration in the story of the man born blind. It serves as a reminder that true sight is not merely physical, but also spiritual. Today, this miracle continues to shape Christian belief and practice, serving as a beacon of hope for those seeking spiritual clarity amidst the complexities of modern life. The story underscores the enduring truth that faith can overcome even the most profound physical limitations, offering a pathway to spiritual enlightenment and renewal. In conclusion, the long-term theological impact of this miracle cannot be overstated. It serves as a testament to Jesus' divine power and the transformative potential of faith. Its influence continues to resonate through generations, guiding believers toward a deeper understanding of spiritual truths and the redemptive power of Christ's teachings. As Jesus' influence grew, the Roman authorities saw his actions as potential threats to their rule. They feared that Jesus' teachings and miracles could incite unrest among the populace. News of this miracle spread rapidly, attracting attention from both religious followers and political figures. The Roman authorities became increasingly vigilant about Jesus' activities. It is recorded that the healed man was brought before the Pharisees, who interrogated him about his miraculous healing. The political implications were evident as they sought to understand the impact of Jesus' actions. While specific interactions between the healed man and Roman officials are not extensively documented, the broader political context is clear. The miracle highlighted a clash between spiritual revelations and earthly power. The healing illustrated that faith could challenge established political dynamics, making Jesus' message a potential source of unrest within Roman-controlled territories. This event underscores how the divine intersects with the mundane, showing that faith can have far-reaching implications beyond religious circles alone. The man who had been healed of his blindness by Jesus did not merely disappear into the crowd. His story took on a life of its own, leaving an indelible mark on the early Christian community. In the small but rapidly growing community of believers, his testimony became a living parable that spoke volumes about faith and spiritual revelation. As the early church began to take shape, His story was retold and reinterpreted by those who had witnessed the miracle firsthand. His participation in the formation of the early church was not merely symbolic, but substantive. In the apostolic writings, there are mentions and allusions to the healed man that point back to his profound spiritual transformation. His testimony contributed significantly to shaping Christian beliefs and doctrines. Imagine the conversations that must have taken place, the questions and answers exchanged over meals and gatherings. The miracle of his sight restored became a cornerstone of early Christian teaching. It illustrated the power of faith and the transformative nature of divine intervention. His personal journey mirrored the collective spiritual awakening of the early church. In many ways, his story was a microcosm of the larger narrative of redemption and spiritual enlightenment that Christianity would come to embody. And so, the once blind man became not just a recipient of divine grace, but also an instrument of it. His influence on the early Christian community continued to reverberate long after his personal story had been told and retold. The region of Samaria, nestled between Galilee and Judea, was known for its unique cultural and religious practices. The people of Samaria held beliefs that diverged from those of the Jews living in Jerusalem. Jesus' decision to traverse this territory was a bold one, as it brought him into contact with individuals who might otherwise have been considered outsiders by his Jewish contemporaries. His interactions with the Samaritans were documented in various accounts, including a notable encounter recorded in the Gospel of John. In this account, Jesus meets a woman at a well in Sychar, a city within Samaria. Despite the social and religious divisions of the time, Jesus engaged with this woman in a profound conversation about spiritual truths. This interaction not only transcended cultural boundaries, but also underscored his universal mission to bring salvation to all people. Through these actions and teachings, Jesus demonstrated that his message was not limited by geographical or cultural boundaries. His journey through Samaria highlighted his commitment to reaching all people, regardless of their background or beliefs. This inclusive nature of Christ's ministry continues to resonate today, serving as a powerful reminder that faith and spiritual revelation are accessible to all who seek them. As we reflect on the journey of the man born blind, we see how Jesus' miracles transcended cultural boundaries, emphasizing the universal and transformative power of faith. This miraculous event sparked a series of interactions with both Jews and Gentiles. The healed man's testimony spread, leading to debates among the Pharisees about whether Jesus could be a sinner if God was truly with him. Gentiles, non-Jewish people who were often outside the religious circles of Judaism, started to take notice of Jesus' miracles and teachings. The healed man's story, as one example, showed them that Jesus' power and love extended beyond ethnic or cultural boundaries. As the man born blind shared his experience, Gentiles began to see Jesus not just as a Jewish prophet, but as a universal savior. His healing became a symbol of hope and transformation that resonated across different cultural contexts. Following this divine intervention, the man was instructed to wash in the pool of Siloam. Upon doing so, he gained his sight. This dramatic change sparked a profound shift in the man's life, a journey of self-discovery. This journey was not solitary, it involved the community around him, his neighbors who questioned his identity and the Pharisees who interrogated him. Their interactions revealed deeper truths about faith and spiritual revelation. As the man stood up for his newfound identity and understanding, he became a living testament to spiritual growth and personal transformation. This story illustrates how spiritual revelation leads to profound self-understanding and growth, transforming not only the individual, but also those around him. As they continued to follow Jesus and witness more miracles, the disciples began to understand the deeper spiritual implications of these events. They saw how Jesus' teachings were not just theoretical, but manifested in tangible ways. The encounter with the healed man left a lasting impact on the disciples. It taught them that spiritual revelations often lead to profound self-understanding and growth. This newfound insight would shape their ministry and preaching. They realized that faith is not merely about belief, but also about experiencing transformative divine encounters. The disciples began to incorporate these lessons into their teachings and interactions with others. They preached a message of hope and redemption, drawing from their own experiences. This ripple effect of Jesus' miracles extended beyond the immediate recipients to all who witnessed them. It became clear that the power of these spiritual encounters was not limited to those directly involved, but permeated through communities, transforming lives in ways both seen and unseen. The story illustrates how Jesus' miracles could inspire deep faith and courage among his followers. This courage would enable them to face their own trials with resilience and confidence. After the healing of the blind man, the story of Jesus' miracles spread quickly among the people of Jerusalem. It was not long before the man encountered a group called the Sadducees. The Sadducees were a prominent sect within Judaism, known for their strict adherence to the written Torah and their rejection of oral tradition. The Sadducees believed in a literal interpretation of the scriptures, adhering closely to the laws laid out by Moses. They did not recognize the oral traditions that were widely accepted by other Jewish groups. When the healed man came into contact with them, they were intrigued and challenged him about his newly gained sight. They wanted to understand how this remarkable event had occurred. The Sadducees engaged in a theological debate with the healed man, questioning the origins of his miraculous healing. They could not reconcile their strict adherence to the written law with this apparent defiance of natural order. The man, filled with newfound faith and courage, boldly proclaimed that Jesus had healed him through divine intervention. This claim was met with skepticism by the Sadducees, who struggled to accept a miracle outside their strict interpretations. The encounter between the healed man and the Sadducees highlighted the profound impact that Jesus' miracles had on different segments of society. While some embraced the divine power behind these acts, others remained skeptical due to their adherence to strict scriptural interpretations. As the man's faith grew stronger, so did his resolve to share his experience with others, including those who held differing beliefs. This courage was a testament to the transformative power of Jesus' miracles. The story demonstrates how faith can inspire deep resilience and confidence, enabling individuals to face challenges and share their experiences with those around them, regardless of differing beliefs. In the end, the encounter served as a reminder that faith can touch the hearts of all people, regardless of their beliefs or interpretations. The significance of the temple in Jewish religious life cannot be overstated. It was not merely a place of worship, but a symbol of divine presence and connection to God's will. Every aspect of its design, from the Holy of Holies to the courtyards, held profound spiritual meaning. Within these hallowed walls, the healed man's testimony would carry a unique weight. The temple was where religious leaders and scholars congregated to debate scripture and interpret God's commands. It was the heart of Jewish spiritual life and authority. News of the man's healing spread quickly, drawing the attention of those who had previously doubted Jesus. The healed man's straightforward account of his experience resonated with sincerity that challenged their skepticism. Reactions ranged from astonishment to outright disbelief, but the story of his healing could not be ignored. Many who had witnessed his condition from birth were now confronted with undeniable evidence that something extraordinary had occurred. The Pharisees, the religious leaders of the day, found themselves in a precarious position. They could not deny the miracle, but struggled to reconcile it with their beliefs about sin and divine punishment. Their debates grew heated as they sought to understand the deeper meaning behind this event. Some suggested that Jesus, who claimed to be the light of the world, must have some divine connection if he could perform such a miracle. Others dismissed it as a mere trick or deception, but the central question remained: how could someone born blind see without any human intervention? The temple echoed with the sound of passionate debates as differing views on Jesus' role and the nature of his miracles clashed. The man's testimony served not only to challenge religious doctrines, but also to illuminate the complexity of faith itself. Amidst the turmoil, one thing was clear: spiritual revelations like this could not be contained within traditional religious frameworks. They had the power to challenge and transform even the most sacred spaces of worship. In the end, the temple that once stood as a symbol of unwavering faith now became a crucible for questioning and growth. The healed man's journey, underscored how revelations can both unsettle and enrich our spiritual landscapes. His community, once familiar through sound and touch, now presented itself in an entirely different light. Societal structures that were once navigable with ease now required reorientation. The marketplace, the synagogue, even the streets of his hometown all became unfamiliar territory. His neighbours, who once knew him by his voice and footsteps, now saw a changed man. Some embraced this transformation with open arms, while others struggled to reconcile the new-sighted individual with the blind person they once knew. The healed man found solace in those who accepted his newfound vision without question, while facing skepticism from others who doubted the authenticity of his miraculous healing. Despite these difficulties, he remained steadfast in his faith, seeing his transformation as a testament to Jesus' divine power and grace. The perception of Jesus' ministry shifted within the community as well. Those who once saw only the physical limitations of the blind man now witnessed his miraculous restoration. This transformation highlighted Jesus' authority and divinity, causing some to question their preconceived notions about faith and healing. Through the healed man's journey, both personal and communal boundaries expanded, revealing a deeper understanding of faith and its transcendent power. The healing served as a ripple effect that extended beyond the man himself, challenging and enriching the spiritual landscapes of those around him. This profound transformation underscored how revelations can unsettle societal structures while simultaneously enriching our collective faith and understanding. Ultimately, the healed man's story became a testament to the power of faith and its ability to reshape both individual lives and communal perceptions. Through this journey, Jesus' ministry was affirmed and reaffirmed, touching the hearts of believers and doubters alike. Gaining sight opened up a world of possibilities for the man who was once blind. In ancient times, work opportunities were scarce for those with disabilities like blindness. Now empowered by his newly restored vision, he could join the workforce, earning a living and supporting himself. The economic impact of this transformation was profound for his family and community. With the ability to work and provide for himself, he brought stability and security into his family's life. His newfound financial independence also allowed him to contribute more actively to the community. This act of healing was not merely about restoring sight, but also about empowering a person to live fully and independently. Jesus' teachings on provision and care were exemplified through this profound transformation. Through the man's journey from blindness to sight, a deeper spiritual revelation was unveiled. The encounter between the blind man and Jesus did not end with his sight being restored. Rather, it marked the beginning of a profound journey of faith and revelation. As the man experienced this newfound gift, he couldn't help but be drawn deeper into a relationship with Jesus. After his eyes were opened, the man was brought before the Pharisees for questioning about how he had regained his sight. Despite their attempts to discredit him, the man stood firm in his testimony of Jesus' healing power. Jesus sought out the man again after this encounter. He found him and said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" The man replied, "Lord, I believe," and worshipped him. Over time, as their bond deepened, Jesus revealed more about his divine nature to the man. He taught him that he is the light of the world and that those who follow him will never walk in darkness again. The man's faith continued to grow stronger as he experienced more of Jesus' teachings and miracles. He became a living testament to the transformative power of belief in Christ. Through their interactions, it became clear that discipleship is not merely about physical healing, but also about the deep spiritual transformation that occurs as one enters into a relationship with Jesus. The man's journey from blindness to sight revealed the depth of faith and personal growth that is possible through a close relationship with Christ. The bond between the healed man and Jesus deepened as they both grew together in their faith. The man's story serves as a reminder of how transformative a relationship with Christ can be. This profound connection between them underscores the essence of discipleship, not just physical healing, but a deep spiritual transformation that can only be achieved through a close relationship with Jesus. As Jesus healed the man, he also anointed him with a new purpose, to witness and spread the truth of his teachings. This spiritual leadership role was not merely about physical sight, it was about illuminating the path for others to follow. The local religious practices and beliefs were impacted significantly by this transformation. People began to understand faith not merely as a set of doctrines, but as a living, breathing relationship with Jesus. This shift in perspective challenged the status quo and fostered a more intimate connection with divine truths. In the heart of Jerusalem stands the temple, a symbol of divine presence and sacred ritual. Amidst its bustling courtyards, a man born blind experiences the temple for the first time after his healing. His newfound sight reveals intricate architectural details that were once shrouded in darkness. The temple, now a vivid tapestry of light and shadow, becomes a living testament to divine grace. His faith deepens with each visit, nourished by the rhythm of worship and communion. The temple's rituals echo the intimacy of his own healing journey, each moment a revelation. Worship becomes his beacon, illuminating the path of spiritual development and personal transformation. Spiritual revelations continue to unfold with each sunrise and sunset in the temple's sacred spaces. His story serves as a reminder that faith is not static, but an evolving tapestry of experiences and divine encounters. The disciples were intrigued and began to see the deeper implications of Jesus' words. They started to understand that this miracle was not merely about physical sight, but also about spiritual revelation. His testimony was filled with awe and gratitude, detailing how Jesus had performed this miraculous act. The disciples listened intently, their hearts moved by the man's sincerity and the power of Jesus' healing. They began to comprehend that faith was not just about personal beliefs, but also about witnessing and experiencing divine intervention. The man shared with them the words Jesus had spoken, "I am the light of the world." This phrase echoed in their minds, illuminating a path towards greater faith and understanding. The disciples reflected on this teaching, seeing how it applied to their own lives. They realized that just as the man had been healed from physical blindness, they too could be freed from spiritual darkness. The impact of this encounter was profound and lasting. The disciples' faith grew stronger as they understood that Jesus' teachings were not just abstract principles, but tangible, life-changing experiences. Jesus' ministry among the marginalized was not merely a momentary endeavor, but a deep-rooted calling that shaped his life and teachings. His outreach to the lepers, outcasts, and the poor was profoundly influenced by his own experience with stigma, a man born blind, whose healing journey revealed God's works. Lepers, those afflicted with a severe skin disease, were considered unclean and shunned from society during Jesus' time. But Jesus touched them, restoring not just their health but also their dignity within the community. In this act of courageous compassion, he was declaring that the barriers of disease and societal prejudice could not separate anyone from God's love. Jesus sought out these marginalized individuals not just to heal them physically, but also to uplift their spirits, offering them a renewed sense of belonging and worth. Similarly, his interactions with the outcasts and poor, who were often overlooked and ignored by society, showed his commitment to addressing structural injustices. By engaging with these groups, he was demonstrating that true faith is not merely theoretical, but practical, lived out through acts of kindness and inclusion. The impact of Jesus' healing journey was profound and lasting, as his actions revealed a deeper truth about God's love for all people, regardless of their circumstances. As a blind man, he relied heavily on the support of his family members, who guided him through daily tasks and ensured his safety. This dependency not only affected his autonomy, but also placed emotional strain on those around him. No longer were they burdened with the responsibility of his care, allowing them to refocus their energies and resources elsewhere. This shift in family roles offered a sense of relief and renewal for all involved. The spiritual transformation brought about by Jesus' healing was not merely personal, but also communal, as the man's newfound sight eased the financial and emotional burdens that had weighed heavily on his family. This profound change demonstrated the ripple effect of spiritual transformation, extending beyond individual lives to impact close social ties. Around 30 AD, as Jesus' ministry unfolded in Galilee and Judea, small but devoted communities of believers began to form. These early Christian communities were tight-knit groups who gathered in homes and synagogues to worship together. Through his healing, the man from Bethlehem demonstrated to others the transformative power of faith in Jesus. His personal journey became a parable that underscored the ability of faith to overcome even the most profound challenges. The healed man's integration into the community was a testament to how personal faith can intertwine with and strengthen collective spiritual growth. As he shared his story within the early Christian community, others found inspiration and hope in his experience. His presence within the community fostered a deeper sense of unity and purpose among believers, helping to solidify their faith. In this way, the healed man's story became a cornerstone of the early Christian community's collective narrative. His journey highlighted that faith in Jesus can not only heal, but also empower believers to contribute meaningfully to their community. As Jesus' ministry unfolds in Judea, the political landscape is shaped by Roman governance. Among these rulers is Pilate, who holds a significant post under Emperor Tiberius. Jesus' miracles, including the healing of the man born blind, capture attention both locally and among those in positions of power. This act of healing transcends social boundaries and reaches those in positions of worldly power, such as Pilate. For the blind man, this encounter leads to a profound faith journey that empowers him to contribute meaningfully within his community. The spiritual impact of Jesus' healing goes beyond immediate circles and touches even those who hold significant power. In this way, the healing not only restores physical sight, but also brings spiritual enlightenment to all who witness and participate in it. In the ancient world, relations between Jews and Samaritans were fraught with tension. Samaria, the heartland of ancient Israel, was once home to the northern kingdom's capital. The rupture between Jews and Samaritans began centuries earlier, shaped by historical events. When the northern kingdom was exiled, Samaria's significance diminished, and so did its people's status. Jesus, however, saw beyond these divisions, recognizing the potential for unity and healing. His journey through Samaria was not merely symbolic, but a profound act of outreach and inclusion. In John 4, we witness Jesus engaging with a Samaritan woman at Jacob's well. This meeting transcended cultural boundaries, offering spiritual nourishment to the marginalized. This act set a precedent for Jesus' ministry, reaching out to those on the fringes. The man's testimony spreads beyond the boundaries of Jewish culture, resonating deeply with Samaritans. The Pharisees' questioning of the healed man reveals their divisive attitudes. Yet, Jesus' teaching cuts through these divisions, offering a vision of unity and spiritual sight. The impact of this healing extends beyond the individual, bridging cultural divides and fostering unity. Throughout his ministry, Jesus utilized a diverse range of methods for healing those in need. One particularly intriguing technique involves the use of natural elements such as spittle and mud. In the case of the man born blind, Jesus made a mixture of saliva and dirt, then applied it to the man's eyes. The Gospel of John emphasizes that this method was not merely a random choice, but a deliberate act, rich with symbolism. Faith played a significant role in the healing process. Jesus instructed the man to wash his eyes at the pool of Siloam, demonstrating that the healing required both divine intervention and human action. The use of natural elements in biblical healings serves as a poignant reminder of the interconnectedness between the divine and the physical world. By engaging with the tangible elements around him, Jesus shows us a path to understanding his miracles, not just as supernatural events, but as deeply symbolic acts. The power of these healings lies in their ability to restore not only physical sight, but also spiritual insight and unity among the believers. Through his unique methods of healing, Jesus invites us to contemplate the profound mysteries behind faith, miracles, and our connection to the divine. Upon washing, the man who had known only darkness suddenly saw. His world was transformed from shadows into vivid colours and shapes. But this change wasn't just physical. It marked the beginning of a profound spiritual journey for the man, now navigating a world he had never before seen. Throughout the Gospels, Jesus often uses light as a metaphor for divine truth and spiritual enlightenment. He proclaims himself the light of the world, a phrase that takes on a deeper meaning in this context. For someone who has lived in darkness, seeing for the first time is more than just an adjustment to light. It's an awakening to a new reality. The man born blind now experiences the world through Jesus' words, "I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life." His journey isn't merely one of physical sight, it's a spiritual odyssey where he learns to see not just with his eyes, but with his heart and soul. The man's new sight isn't just a gift, it's a revelation, a testament to the power of faith and the divine presence in his life. His story resonates, inviting us all to contemplate our own spiritual journeys and the ways faith can illuminate even the darkest parts of our lives. As the man washed in the pool of Siloam and his vision was restored, he found himself not just seeing the world around him, but perceiving it with new spiritual clarity. His sight was no longer merely a physical sense, but an extension of his faith. With each step, he began to understand Jesus' teachings more deeply. The parables that once seemed abstract now resonated within him as if they were spoken just for him. The formerly blind man's faith journey was no longer a solitary path, but an interconnected web of divine revelations and spiritual growth. The man came to realize that Jesus was not just a healer, but the light of the world, illuminating the path for all who would follow. In time, his personal faith and relationship with God deepened, guided by a newfound spiritual understanding that transcended mere physical sight. The man's story is a testament to the profound impact of Jesus' miracles on the individual level, demonstrating how faith can illuminate even the darkest parts of our lives. This spiritual revolution within him serves as a reminder that true seeing comes not just from the eyes, but from the heart. At the heart of Jerusalem, there exists a place known as Siloam, a pool whose history is deeply woven into Jewish purification rituals. This pool was not merely a body of water, it was a symbol of spiritual cleansing and renewal. In the Jewish tradition, immersion in water, mikveh, is a sacred act that signifies purification and new beginnings. For those born blind or afflicted with illness, the waters of Siloam held special significance, offering a path to spiritual healing and rebirth. When Jesus encounters the man born blind, he leads him to this very pool, symbolizing not just physical healing, but a profound spiritual transformation. The act of washing in Siloam's waters, guided by Jesus, represents more than a cure for blindness. It is an awakening to divine sight. For those around him, this transformation is nothing short of miraculous, as they witness a man once blinded by physical limitations now enlightened by spiritual vision. The pool of Siloam thus becomes more than just a site of healing. It is a testament to the power of faith and the transformative journey from darkness to light. In the heart of Jerusalem, a profound encounter unfolds. Jesus' healing of the man born blind has sparked whispers and wonder. The Sanhedrin, the highest religious council in Judaism, takes notice. The man, now seeing, is summoned before the Sanhedrin. The council members are skeptical, struggling to reconcile this miracle with their beliefs. "Give glory to God by telling the truth," Jesus had said. The man stands firm in his testimony. "We know this man is a sinner," the Pharisees retort. Their incredulity threatens to overshadow the miracle. Yet, the man remains steadfast. "Whether he is a sinner or not, I don't know," he replies. "One thing I do know, I was blind, but now I see." His simple yet profound declaration leaves the council in awe. The Sanhedrin struggles to understand this divine work. The man's testimony stirs deeper reflection within the council. Is this a divine act they have overlooked? The man's healing, once a personal miracle, now carries broader religious implications. It challenges the Sanhedrin to reconsider their views on Jesus. The Sanhedrin's divided opinions reveal a community grappling with the profound implications of this divine work.